Welcome back to Crochet by Night. Tonight we're going to crochet this beautiful scarf. It is made with an X pattern, and let me see if I can get this up in the camera so you can see the stitch. You see the X's there? Yeah, there we go. It's very simple. It's a one row repeat. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook and cookie yarn in the color menthol. It's, as I said, in menthol color. It's 100% acrylic. It recommends a 5mm crochet hook, which is what we're using. It's a worsted weight yarn, machine wash, and lay flat to dry. I have also created a hat out of the same yarn, and I will be putting that up. It's an xstitch hat. I'll be putting that up here in the next few days so that you can also have that pattern to follow. It's 60 inches long, which is a typical scarf. It measures 4 inches across. You can make it as wide as you'd like. The pattern is that easy to follow. It's made in multiples of 2, so you would chain a even number of stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8. In this pattern we're going to chain 20, and then we're going to add 1 for our turning chain. Let's get started. We're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 21. So okay, once you have your 21 chains, turn your chain over, and I want you to skip the first chain, the one on your hook, and I want you to single crochet in the back bump of the remaining chains. And then I'll meet you at the end of this row. When you get to the end of the row, you should have 20 stitches across. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flip your work. We're not going to count the one on the right here at the beginning because that's part of your chain 3. That counts as the first stitch. We're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. And then you're going to double crochet back into, you're going to come back here to the stitch you skipped, forming your X. We're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to put a double crochet in the next one. And then we're going to work a double crochet in the stitch we skipped. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the following stitch, and then double crochet in the stitch you skipped. Keep going down the row the same way. You're going to skip a stitch, and you're going to double crochet in the following stitch, and then you're going to double crochet in the stitch you skipped. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the following stitch, and then double crochet back in the stitch that you skipped. When you get in last stitch, you should have your chain 3, you should have 9 X's, and then you're going to put a double crochet in your very last stitch. And then chain 3 again. Turn your work, and we're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to place a double crochet in the following stitch, which is at the top of that X. So double crochet in the top of that, and then you're going to double crochet in the stitch that you skipped. So you're putting an X on top of an X. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the top of the following stitch, and then double crochet in the stitch you skipped. At the end of each row you should have a chain 3, 9 X's, and a double crochet. And then you'll turn your work and you'll have a chain 3, 9 X's, and a double crochet. And that's all you do all the way until you have the length that you want. You can make it much longer, you can make it shorter. As you use this cookie yarn, it starts creating the gradient. You can see the ombre effect. It's very, very nice. Continue the 1 row repeat until you have the desired length. If you want to be notified of future videos, go ahead and hit that bell. And as always, have a great night.